Now it's time for our special series, Fields of Hope, which focuses on China's ongoing rural revitalization. This year, our team at CGTN is taking a trip to eastern China's Jiangxi province, which is at the forefront of China's efforts in this particular regard, to explore the region to see how China's rural revitalization strategy proposed by President Xi Jinping in 2017 has changed the lives of local villagers. Our special series will be aired until April the 25th, only on Global Watch. Now, for more on that, let's cross live to my colleague Michael Wang in Longnan County, of course, in Jiangxi province. Michael, okay, you are all dressed up, and we heard Saturday marks kind of a very special occasion at where you are. Tell us more.
That's right. Hi there, Pan Deng from beautiful Jiangxi province. We are at a very special village. This is the village of the She ethnic minority group here in China, one of the 56 ethnic minority groups that you can find in this country. And as you mentioned, I am already in traditional She ethnic garb. This is very comfortable. The wind flows right through. And earlier we were at a special festival of the She people where we really got to experience the local customs, the local traditions, the cuisine as well. And that's what rural tourism really is about, isn't it, Pan Deng? It's coming to the countryside and enjoying this well-preserved heritage and culture that you can find in China's rural areas, because rural tourism is so important to China's rural revitalization efforts in terms of boosting jobs, in terms of boosting incomes, in terms of really empowering the local communities here in the countryside. Look, according to China's Ministry of Culture and Tourism, already pre-pandemic in 2019, half of all tourism trips in this country were rural tourism trips. So we see that big trend of people coming from the urban areas and enjoying the countryside. Now, let's zoom back a little bit. We're in the She village right now, but like you mentioned, Pan Deng, we're in a place called Longnan County here in Jiangxi province. This is towards the southern part of the province. As you can see, we're in a bit of a remote area of Jiangxi province. This is home to about 300,000 people here in Longnan County, which by China standards makes it quite a small city. And already the natural landscapes of Longnan County, that is a big draw for tourists, because you have beautiful mountainside landscapes, and inside these mountains you can find tea fields, for example. You can find bamboo forests. You can find beautiful and serene lakes and creeks. A very famous Chinese Confucian philosopher also called this place home for a while, was enlightened here with new ideas, so that's also a big tourism draw. But I would say the calling card when it comes to tourism for Longnan County is that this is the home of the Hakka Chinese people. Now, the Hakka people, they are a group of Chinese people from the north and the central parts of the country that migrated to the south of China as early as 1700 years ago. So that is a big tourism draw. Of course, there's a lot of overseas Hakka Chinese in terms of the Hakka diaspora worldwide. That's a big number as well. And when China talks about rural revitalization, it's really also about villages, right? Townships, county level, these smaller administrative units, finding what is special about the local area, identifying their local competitive advantage, and building products and services that can cater to this specialty. So for Longnan County, it is about leveraging the Hakka cultural heritage. Now, I would say one of the most important draws when it comes to tourism are these traditional Hakka architecture, these Hakka enclosed homes, as what they're called. These are walled communities where different branches of the same family live in this massive home for generations, and you can find so many of them in Longnan County, well-preserved, centuries-old, 376 of these Hakka enclosed homes, the largest scale of these enclosed homes that you can find in China, and that draws so many tourists to come and visit this place every single year. A side note, the 32nd World Hakka Conference will also be held here in Longnan County in early November of this year, the first at the county level here on the Chinese mainland, and that's going to bring back a lot of overseas Hakka as well. That's going to bring in tourism revenue, of course, also. Now, when rural tourism is done right, Pan Deng, it is quite powerful as a stimulus for the local economy, because even during the pandemic years, we saw the number of tourists coming to Longnan County actually rising. Last year, that number was at over 10 million. That's compared to about 6 million in 2020. And during that time period, we saw tourism revenues spiking by about 60% as well. A local official I was speaking to saying that tourism now has been elevated to the same importance as industry, as manufacturing here in Longnan County. So that gives you a sense of how important tourism is for this area. And one last thing before I hand it back to you in Beijing, Pandeng, is the power of infrastructure connectivity. Of course, China very good when it comes to infrastructure, even though we are in sort of a remote area of Jiangxi province, a small city, but you can take a high-speed rail here. There is a high-speed train station in Longnan County, and you can zip your way down to one of China's megacities, Shenzhen, down south, the neighboring Guangdong province, in just 1 hour and 40 minutes time. So if you're tired of the big city life in Shenzhen, just take one of these high-speed trains, zip up over to Longnan County, under 2 hours time to enjoy this idyllic countryside. As for myself, Pandeng, I am still in ethnic She garb. I'm gonna do some more bamboo dancing, one of their traditional dances. I'll tell you what, this works way better than coffee when it comes to getting the blood moving, I should say, the blood circulating. So I'm gonna do more of the bamboo dance and have myself some more glutinous rice cakes. For now, it's back to you in Beijing, Pandeng.
And looking forward to that, to the footage of your dance, maybe in the near future.